In a week full of surprises, one story seemed to catch the political press off guard. It was out of Kansas. Here's the front page of Wednesday's Kansas City Star, showing the emotion as shocking results poured in the headline: Kansas votes to protect abortion rights in state constitution. No one was predicting, seemed almost nobody was predicting such a one-sided outcome, such a landslide victory. Headlines called it unexpected and a stunner. Of course, less shocking was the coverage out of Indiana, another abortion vote, this time by the state legislature. The result was all too predictable. It was expected for weeks, actually. The Republican-controlled state legislature passing a near-total ban on abortion, just as they had promised they would do. Here's the Indy Star headline about the governor signing that ban into law on Friday. So a tale of two states, but what does it say about the press being so surprised by Kansas? Back with me, Elaine Godfrey, Howard Polskin, and Lauren Wright. Should the media, Lauren, have been surprised by the Kansas outcome?
No. Support for abortion rights in Kansas is about 55%. There are only 10 states in the U.S. where that support's less than 50%. And so this actually was in line with the majority of Americans who support abortion in some form or another. And when you ask people about a policy in a poll, you might get a different result than if you ask them about a party or a candidate.
So you mean if you're polling about a candidate, people go to their corners, but if you poll on a policy,
and
or
there's
you
a
have
variety.
I see, right.
Yep.
Howard, was this story a big deal? Was the Kansas vote a big deal in right-wing media?
No, it was almost ignored. You know, they were focusing more on Brittany Griner.
Important story.
The latest issues around Hunter Biden, problems in electric vehicles, because those are cars for the liberal elite. So things like the abortion vote, ignored.
Right. It's interesting because there was obviously, it's been years, been decades in the making to have Roe v. Wade overturned. But once it's happened, now these state-level decisions are being made, not as much attention.
Exactly.
Elaine, to me, it seems so important to have state-level coverage of these issues. All of these states making these important choices. And most importantly of all, we need to hear about what it's like for women. There's a New York Times headline, big headline out today, about some women self-managing their care, taking medication, having abortions at home without doctor supervision or help or assistance. You know, these are the stories now that we need to tell in the press about real people and not just the politicians.
That's exactly right. I mean, this is the stuff that matters, right? These are the real people who are dealing with the real consequences of this stuff. And I think Kansas was not surprising if you look at that data, but I think, you know, midterms, we're not expecting Democrats to turn out. We're not expecting, and not everyone who voted no on the proposition was a Democrat, obviously. But I think there's a reason there's a reason that was held in a midterms year. There's a reason it was held sort of in a time when like they were expecting sort of a sleepy turnout, and they got like a crazy turnout. And so I think that should be reassuring to Democrats. Maybe not like totally. I think that they can be reassured that they can use abortion as an issue going forward for sure.
Elaine, thank you. Howard and Lauren, thank you all.